Welcome back with another YouTube video. Today we had a change of the scenery. Today's video is going to be, what does the cross truly mean? What does it represent? And we're going to look at two videos of women that wear the cross but are pretty much doing what's opposite.
So this girl does OnlyFans. She's talking about wearing a cross while she's getting packed.
Do you think that God approves of you doing basically?
Yeah, it's not hurting anybody. I do it very safely.
Do you think God wants you make?
God said that he loves everyone.
She can't admit that she's wrong. The truth is a hard pill to swallow. She believes that by accepting God, she can still live the lifestyle she once lived. We have to understand that the lifestyle we once lived is actually what's separating us from God. If God wanted you to do bad, what would the enemy want you to do? So the enemy will want you to do what's always opposite from God, because the enemy doesn't love God, and the enemy rebels against God. So obviously the enemy will do all in his power to take you and distance you away from Jesus himself. So by her wearing that cross doesn't mean that she's automatically accepted and she can use that as a cop-out and pretty much do whatever she wants and still live a sinful life. You can't deliberately sin and then live with Jesus and say, I profess God with my mouth. You have to accept God's message and his gift of forgiveness from the heart. And then when you fully submit or be obedient, you're going to start to understand that your life is going to change drastically in a good way. The things that you once did back then won't satisfy you and it'll make you feel convicted.
You have a cross necklace, but then your shirt says "Made in Hell."
Yes, it does.
I'm a little confused.
Ironic,
Can you?
I mean,
I'm a little confused.
the stone is red, so it matched, you know.
Why are you wearing a cross on your neck?
Color coordinating with your necklace?
Because I don't see a cross as religious, so
Okay,
I
just
thought
like you
necklace
don't
was
see a
cute.
marriage as
See how the enemy misconstrues the message of God so perfectly? The enemy's like this. If I were the enemy, the way it would work is I would deceive you by saying, yeah, you know what? You could accept God. God's going to love you and you can still live the way you want to live. He's going to forgive you ultimately, so don't worry about it. And that's wrong. He's deceiving you. Of course he would say something like that. And we know God is just, God is righteous, and he will never lie, because God can't lie. Because God is truth and is everlasting truth. She has the cross and it says "Made in Hell." That's blasphemy at its finest. Things that by this cross is pretty much a cop-out, saying that, hey, at least I signed the participation trophy that I believe in God, but I'm still going to keep sitting behind his back. And that's unfair, that is dishonest, and you're doing a disservice to this cross. And I have to be honest with myself, where before I once gave my life to Jesus, this cross right here, I wore as luxury, as flashy, as cool. I never understand the significance of the cross, and I'm here to tell you, what does the cross truly symbolize? The cross right here, what it truly symbolizes is Jesus' death, the crucifixion of him penning himself, paying the entire debt for humanity, for me, you, and everyone else in the world. With sin, wages death. And God loved us so much that he said, I'm going to send myself in the form of a son so he could die for all kinds, so you can have a genuine relationship with the Father. So this cross means a lot. It plays a significance of how we supposed to map our life. And that's basically denying ourselves, picking up our own cross and following Jesus, and not following our own will, our own satisfaction, because it's always going to be short-lived. The cross to me means so much now than it once did before. You see a bunch of celebrities that wear the cross, but they don't live by the cross. It's funny, they preach all day long with their mouth, but are you truly wholeheartedly in love with God? Is your heart set in the right place? Is it set in the firm foundation with Jesus? Or is it what's opposite? See, that's the thing. We need to get back to the basics and get back to our roots of what the cross truly means. I no longer wear it to flash it and be like, hey, I'm wearing this because it looks cool. I'm wearing this now as a representation of what Christ did for me. And I'm no longer going to keep living in sin willingly. And I know that what God has did for me, he set me free. He broke the chains of my sins. I was a slave to sin, and he broke the chains by a sacrificial love. That's what love truly is sacrificing for yourself for one another. And God did that for the entirety of humanity. And his blood is pure, is the only one that can able to pay that price and penalty. So my question is to you, what does this cross mean to you? That's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. But if you're new for the first time, drop a like, comment, subscribe. And I want to thank everyone who's been subscribing. I've been getting a lot of subscribers. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, and that's amazing. I just want to keep preaching the message and the gospel, bring more people to Jesus. You know, this is not for me. This is for him. So after that, I'll see you in the next one.